Welcome to Thank God You're Not My Child. Yes, it's a comedy podcast about parenting fails, kid fits, how parenting has changed in years, and remember, no judgment zone. That's the only way you can listen to this. So let's get ready, because this is going to be a fun ride. So 13 is my favorite number, and this is episode 13. So I wanted to do special hide and seek memories from my past, because hide and seek is the most underrated game that you can play with your kids, with your adult friends. It's just, you're going to find so much fun in it. At least that's my experience. So first I want to go when I was young, I would spend summers with my biological dad in California, probably 4 or 5 years in a row. And we'd live in different neighborhoods every summer. And we'd got to know neighborhood kids and your neighbors, because, when you have like 8 kids in one house, you're going to know your neighbors. So we would play hide and seek at night. And a lot of times the parents would be out chilling out and they'd be watching us play hide and seek, seeing where we hid. And I was 12 at this one. And I'm not scared of heights. So, in California or a lot of other places, you can have houses that go like up a hillside, and you literally can jump from roof to roof to roof and not be hurt. That was one of my favorite hiding places. There was probably 12 houses on a hillside with all the neighbors that were playing. And I was one of the only ones who would climb on a roof, and the parents would see me laying up there sometimes, and all the kids would be searching and all, and I'd just be sitting up there watching them, sometimes even standing up there. And it's like that creepy person standing on the roof. It's like that was one of my best hiding spots. And some of the roofs were, I'm not sure why you would need a fireplace in the area of California we were on, but they would. And that was really fun. I don't want to tell you, I don't want to lie, but I don't think anybody, my dad or anybody in my family, knew that I've actually hid in a chimney before. Yeah, because, hide and seek is a serious game. Serious game. So that was always really good memories, because, there'd be 40 kids or so, and some would have flashlights. It was just always so much fun. And you needed nothing to play hide and seek. Let me just stress that to you. You need nothing to play hide and seek. You just need space. So it's always fun. So we'd do that almost every 3 or 4 nights. That was just one of the things that we did. And it was cheap. When you had a lot of kids, it was something you could do. So that's one of the stories from when I was growing up, where I really started to love hide and seek. Then I want to move on to daycare. When I had licensed daycare for many, many, many years. And if it was ever rainy and got really dark, it was the best time to play hide and seek. And so I have lots of hide and seek stories, but probably one of my favorite ones is my Bethany that was, I think she might have been turning 5 this year. And it got dark, and her birthday's August 15th, so it was summer, it was warm, but it's storming outside and it's dark, and so I had them make their own birthday cakes for the birthday. So we've got it all done, fixing to put it bacon in the oven. And I have school age kids too. My daughter and one of her friends was there, and they were teenagers, and so everybody wanted to play hide and seek. So I told them, well, we can play hide and seek when the cake is baking, because that gives us quite a few games. So we're playing hide and seek, and with the older kids there, everybody's taken care of, 100% safe. And so I would really try to find that hide and seek. And if I could find a hide and seek place that I could still see the kids, but they couldn't see me, that was prime. So I had a cabinet, a countertop between my 2 refrigerators, because at daycare we had 2 refrigerators, because you have a lot of food with the family and daycare. And so I had presents up there that Bethany was getting for her birthday, and like a box that held bread, how you put on counters. Well, in the midst of playing the first few games, I kind of moved things around and all, so I could easily get up there with nobody watching. And so about the third or fourth game, I mastered that. And so you can't see me at all behind these presents in this bread box. But I can see through the presents. I can see the oven. I can see the kitchen. I can see the kids walking back and forth. And so I just laid there, and I'm thinking, well, they're not going to find me. And my daughter, Emily, and Taylor are walking through, and I hear Emily say, she better not have left us in this house with all these kids because they can't even find me. So it's going around and it's going around. And then I realized that the cake probably needed to be checked. You don't want to burn that birthday cake. And so I got my phone and I slightly called Emily on her cell phone. And I'm sitting here and she goes, it's Mom. And I hear her tell Taylor, it's my mom. So she answers it and says, Mom, where you at? And I'm like, check the cake. Check the cake. So they walked over there, and then I hung up, immediately hung up, because I didn't want any chance of them hearing me, because I'm right there 5 feet from them. I can see them looking at the phone in the whole bit. And so they're checking the cake. She told me to check the cake. She didn't want it to burn. And so, they're doing it, and all the kids are going, how did she know? Yeah, they're all just dumbfounded. They just we can't find her. We've been looking for 15 minutes. We can't find her. And then all of a sudden, Bethany's brother, Eric, says, but she has her phone. Just call her back. I could not get to my phone fast enough to turn the sound off that I was caught because of my damn phone. That smart little boy knew how to just call back. Why? Now here, this is the stupid part. This is the ridiculous part. Why would I think that I wouldn't have to have my phone on silent if I'm playing hide and seek? Oh, Lord. That was one of my best games of hide and seek, but my worst all in the same time. And over the years, we've had so much fun in hide and seek in daycare. It was one of the things that everybody asked for. All the kids that came back over the years, because I was licensed 23 years in one spot, and so they come back, and let's play. Even the big kids, when they came back, driving wise, I would have them come back to visit us, and they're like, how can we play hide and seek? So just remember, hide and seek is a free thing to play. Just keep it safe. Getting hurt playing hide and seek really eats big shitholes. What's a shithole? I don't know what a shithole is. Oh, I know what it is. We don't want to do that. Woo! That might have been a slip. Delete, 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 delete. Eat shit balls. That's a little better. But remember, keep hide and seek safe. Keep it safe. Have fun. And teach those kids to be quiet. And don't talk during hide and seek. Okay, now we're going to move to a listener story. It's Jeff. He's from Washington State. Now, that just shocks me. I don't think I've ever been to Washington State, but Jeff lives there. Anyway, when Jeff was 12, he went with his family on a trip. And one night, late at night, they all need to stretch and stuff, and they decide to stop at a Walmart. And you know how empty Walmarts are at night, normally. When they used to do 24 hours, because they still have it after COVID, they're still, oh gosh, we can't work 24 hours. Anyway, they used to be 24 hours. And so him and his family, and they got out at Walmart about 3 a.m., he said. And they're stretching and all, and everybody's awake now. And before you start judging the story, he did say that his parents did ask the person that was in charge of the store if they could play hide and seek. And it was all approved because there was nobody in the store, and the kids, they wanted them to run and stuff. So it's easier to ask permission. So it was all cleared. So no judgment. Remember, no judgment zone. So don't go there. So he says the family had 6, 2 adults, 4 kids. And so they start playing. And the number one rule with this was, if you mess something up, you better sure put it right back where it is when you're found. Put it right back the way it was, and no destroying anything. So good hide and seek rules right there. Good hide and seek rules. And so they played probably for 20 minutes, he said, and 25 minutes. And he goes, probably 4 or 5 games. It wasn't, with nobody in the store, it didn't take too long. But by time, whenever they decided that they were going to be done, they were going to get back on the road, the workers wanted to play a game. They wanted to play a game with the family. So if you don't think hide and seek can bring you together, this is a Walmart, he did not say where, at 3 a.m. in the morning with not one customer, just people stocking his stuff. And so they had a 10-minute game, he said, of hide and seek with all of these workers that were there. And he said the laughing and the giggling that went on in this time that they were playing hide and seek in the middle of the night with all of these strangers was just amazing. And just never underestimate that simple game of hide and seek. Also never underestimate asking for permission before. Solves a lot of problems. And so he said that he won. But I just want to clarify this. We all think we win hide and seek when we play. I know that I'm not the best hide and seeker. I mean, just my big booty on my backside makes it a little hard sometimes. And the fact that I like to ramble, being quiet's not my number one thing. And fit in small places is not my number one thing. But I still, who doesn't say they're not the winner? But anyway, Jeff from Washington, we're going to say you were the winner that night because you remembered at 12 years old having fun with your family and strangers you'll probably never see again and the laughter that it brought. And thank you. Thank you for sending the story in. I know it was short, but it's sweet. And I think I'd like to play. Yeah, 3 a.m. on a Walmart. I think I'd like to do that. So if they ever open up again for 24 hours, I'm going to need some people to come with me to play hide and seek in Walmart at 3 a.m. So remember, when they open back up, we're going to have to come together to play hide and seek. Most underrated game you can play with people. Thanks, Jeff. And remember, guys, I need listener stories. I'm getting a few, and they're all really good. And I would like to do a story about something to do with hide and seek, games, kids, fits, parenting, anything you think. So remember, Just BK Donna, and that's JUSTBEDONNA. JUSTBEKDONNA at yahoo.com. I'll put it in this episode down at the bottom. So email me those stories about your kids, about your parents, about those funny things that happen, about the crappy things that happen, because life can be crappy sometimes, remember. But anyway, thanks, Jeff, from Washington State. I think I might need to go see Washington. Okay, this is my cruise hide and seek story. There's quite a few of them, but the first time we played was the best. And at the end of this, I'm just going to apologize now because I'm going to play hide and seek with my boyfriend in the hotel. We've got permission. So at the end, when the sound gets pretty rough and I'm kind of rambling on and whispering, it's because I'm playing hide and seek and see how long I can hide from him. And just to let you know, he's deaf, but I'm not making him take his hearing aids off. Because that would be cheating. I think that would be cheating. Because hearing is one of the ways you find people. So anyway, just remember when that sounds kind of rough later, I'm hiding around the hotel from heaven. Okay? Okay. Anyway, cruise story. I still go on cruises. So, quite a few. But some friends that I had before went on like 17 cruises with them. And one of our first, we took all of the kids. The kids were, teenagers like 9 and 12, teenagers. We're kind of in the afternoon. We know all 3 of them are in the bedroom watching TV, kind of chilling out. And we decide, I think 1, 2, 3, like maybe 8 of us decided we wanted to play hide and seek. So this is what we did. Go down to the atrium to the phone that you can call the room. And we called the room. And I said, tag, you're it. We were in the main atrium. Yep. that's where we're at. You have to come find us. But there's rules. No screaming. Be thoughtful of other people. What was another one? Be thoughtful of other people. Oh, and you don't have to tag someone to get them. You just have to see them and call their name. Because cruise ship, this is a huge cruise ship. So it was easy to say, oh, Donna, I found you. That kind of thing. So then I told them the last person, once you see somebody, they start hunting with all the other people. So you start out with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. I think 12 is what I think we started out with. And every time you find someone, they're with the group to hunt. So we had 3 hunters at first and just kept adding. So eventually they're all going to be hunting one person. So we would go, the last thing you wanted to do was get stuck on an elevator, because if you came out of an elevator, boom, you're it. I mean, all I got to do is say, I see you, and the doors can shut. So I can't say for other people, but I didn't want to use the elevator. Of course, you're talking 8, 10, 12 stories. So I ran upstairs and stuff, and I would hit the ground that points to look over the if they were in the atrium, because you could see them. And there is one thing that we would do to kind of let them know that we, aren't running off from them, because I could have found this place and just sat there and hid and been hours, but you kind of want to give them a challenge. So this one, just get ready. It was something that you could do that was very innocent, but they would know that you were close, and then they'd start looking. And all they had to do was see you. So we would go around, we'd run around, and I did normally I stuck with my husband at the time, my ex-husband. I stuck with him because we were together, and we'd run into other people. But then you eventually get separated because you're running around and you're having fun and all. So eventually I noticed that everybody's starting to look. And I realized that I'm the only person that hadn't been found. And it's like, oh, goodness gracious, I've got 11 other people searching just to see me. So when I was finally found, I'm down on the atrium, and the bar is in a complete circle around the bar. And I go underneath the counter, and I'm sliding around, and I'm sliding around. And I realize that I've stood here, and I can hear them all talking, where I hear them discussing. I thought I saw her run this way. I know she's down here. She's down here somewhere. And I can hear them all talking. And then I realize that I'm sitting right underneath someone's legs under the bar. And this man looks down between his legs where I am and says, oh, hello. And I'm like, shh, playing hide and seek. And he kind of looked back, and I said, are they looking? He looked, and he told me, he goes, yep, they know you're down here. And then he looks down between his legs again and says, do you want a drink? This is where I messed up. That's where I messed up. I was between this guy's legs. And he asked me if I didn't want a drink. And I said no. What the fuck was I thinking? Okay, you got to laugh at that. I actually have a picture of when they found me, and I'll have to put that on my Facebook page and Instagram, of the time that I got found playing hide and seek. That in the look, and you can see the guy's legs in the picture. It was some of the most fun that we had, and I think the game lasted almost an hour. Some of the best. Shh. Hold on. Okay. I'm in a good hiding space. And you know what? In this hiding space from Evan, I don't think I'm going to move around. I think I'm going to just sit here. It's not a big hotel. But I think I'm going to... Maybe I should have had him take his earphones off. Not his earphones. His hearing aids. Damn it. I might have messed up. Okay, shh. Oh, he walks heavy.
Hey, I know you're under there.
Oh, shit. You
Can't
found
hear
me. I knew I should have had you take your hearing aids off. Fuck. Okay, well, he found me. You want to play again?
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a trooper. Anyway, thanks for listening again. Thank God you're not my child. Until next time.